Welcome to St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management. This college is affiliated to Maharshi Dayanand University, Rohtak and approved by All India Council for Technical Education. This video lecture is a part of series developed for online classes. Hello everyone, my name is Ashish Tripathi and I am working as an assistant professor at St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management since 2015. My areas of interest are data analysis and data visualization, which are recommended to be a data scientist. Let's begin our journey for the course Object-Oriented Programming using C++. Today we will study about the data types, tokens in C++. Variables. Variables are the named memory area used to store some values in a program. Each variable in C++ has a specific type which determines the size and layout of the variable's memory. The range of values that can be stored within that memory and the set of operations that can be applied to the variable. The name of a variable can be composed of letters, digits, and the underscore character. It must begin with either a letter or an underscore. Upper and lower case letters are distinct because C++ is case-sensitive language. They are declared as type variable name. Example, int a. They can be initialized by any constant value. This is static initialization. Example, a equal to 5. They can also be initialized by an expression value. This is dynamic initialization. Example, a equals 5 plus 5. A variable has two associated values, R value and L value. R value is the content which is assigned to the variable in an expression. It always appears on the right hand side of the assignment operator. L value is the address of the variable in an expression. It can appear either left or right of the assignment. Next is the scope of variable. The part of the program to which a variable can be accessed is called its scope. There are four types of scope in C++: block scope, function scope, class scope, and file scope. In the block scope, the variables are declared inside a block of code and is accessible to only that part of the program in which it is declared. In the function scope, these variables are declared inside a named code, that is a function, and is confined to that function only. They are hidden from the rest of the program. In the class scope, these variables are members of the class and belong to instance of it. They are hidden from accidental usage and can be accessed through the class member function. In the file scope, these variables are defined inside a program and are global to it. All functions can access these global scope variables. User-defined types. Structure. It is a collection of dissimilar type of data. All the members are public by default and are declared inside a named block called structure name. It begins with the keyword struct and ends with a semicolon. The members are accessed by a structure reference created after declaration followed by a dot operator. Example, struct book. In the body of the structure, we have integer book number and character as the book name. Next, we have defined a reference to that structure with the help of B1 equals 101 as the book number and C++ book is the book name. Then we print those values. Union. It is also a collection of dissimilar type of data. It begins with the keyword union and ends with a semicolon. The memory is allocated to maximum size of the data in the union. It reduces the size requirement. Here we discuss some difference between the structure and the union. As you can see, the syntax of the structure and union are somewhat the same, but the structure begins with the keyword struct and the union begins with the keyword union. All the members of the structure can be accessed at once, but in a union you can only access one at a time. Structure allocates the memory equal to the total memory required by the members. For example, you have an integer x and float y. So the memory allocated in the size is the size of the x plus size of the y, which is 2 byte plus 4 byte, that is 6 byte. But in case of union, the union allocates the memory equal to the maximum memory required by the member of the union. In this example, we have an integer x and float y. Here the memory allocated is size of the y because size of float is more than the size of the integer. So memory is 4 byte. Now we start with the C++. As you know that C++ is an object-oriented programming language. It was developed by Jarne Stroustrup at AT&T Bell Laboratories in Murray Hill, New Jersey, USA in the early 1980s. Stroustrup initially called the new language C with classes. However, later in 1983 the name was changed to C++. The idea of C++ comes from the C increment operator thereby suggesting that C++ is an augmented version of C. C++ is a superset of C. Almost all C programs are also C++ programs. C++ is a statically typed, compiled, general-purpose, case-sensitive, free-form programming language that supports procedural, object-oriented, and generic programming. C++ is regarded as the middle-level language as it comprises a combination of both high-level and low-level language features of C. C++ program structure is like having the included file section, class declaration section, member function definition section, and the main function program. Here you can see a C++ program as having hash include IOStream using namespace std, int main, where inside the body of the main you have a cout function for hello world and there is a return statement. Now, to explain our program, the C++ language defines several headers which contain information that is either necessary or useful to your program. For this program, the header IOStream is needed. The line using namespace std tells the compiler to use the std namespace. Namespaces are relatively recent addition to C++. The next line /main is the program execution begins is a single line comment available in C++. Single line comment begin with / and stop at the end of the line. The line int main is the main function where program execution begins. The next line, cout, this is my first C++ program, causes the message, this is my first C++ program, to be displayed on the screen. The identifier cout, pronounced as cout, is a predefined object that represents the standard output stream in C++. The operator 2 times less than is called the insertion or put to operator. The next line, return 0, terminates main function and causes it to return to value 0 to the calling process, that is the compiler. Comments. Program comments are explanatory statements in C++ code. These comments help anyone reading the source code. These lines are ignored by the C++ compiler and are only for descriptive purposes. C++ supports single line and multi-line comments. For example, single line comment start with 2 forward slashes followed by any number of characters. The complete line of characters are ignored by the C++ compiler and no execution of them occurs. Example, 2 forward slash, this is a single line comment. Multiple line comment start with a forward slash and asterisk and ends with a asterisk and forward slash. All characters enclosed between them are ignored by the compiler. Data type. It specifies the type of data value and the type of operations which can be performed on that value. In a program, a variable is used to store information. Variables are nothing but reserved memory locations to store the values. This means that when you create a variable, you reserve some space in the memory. As you can see, there are three types of data type in C++. They are primitive, derived, and user defined. In the primitive or primary data type, we have character, integer, floating point, boolean, double floating point, valueless, and wide character. These are represented as char, int, float, bool, double, void, and wchar_t. In the user-defined data type, we have structure, union, class, enumeration. In the derived data type, we have array, function, pointer, and reference. Modifiers. These are used to modify the range of these fundamental built-in data types. These values are of 4 types: signed, unsigned, short, and long. The modifiers signed, unsigned, long, and short can be applied to integer-based types. In addition, signed and unsigned can be applied to char and long can be applied to double. The modifiers signed and unsigned can also be used as prefix to long or short modifiers. For example, unsigned long int. C++ allows a shorthand notation for declaring unsigned short or long integers. You can simply use the word unsigned, short, or long without int. It automatically implies the int. Here is a table to disclose the typical bit width of these characters. For example, we have the char data type for 1 byte, integer for 4 bytes, long int 4 bytes, float 4 bytes, double 8 bytes, and so on. These data types vary from compiler to compiler, so the width is not fixed. Derived data type. Data types that are derived from the built-in data types are known as the derived data type. The various derived data types provided by C++ are arrays, functions, references, and pointers. Array. An array is a set of elements of the same data type that are referred by as the same name. All the elements in an array are stored at contiguous, that is one after the another, memory location, and each element is accessed by a unique index or subscript value. The subscript value indicates the position of an element in an array. This subscript always starts from 0 and ends to the size -1. Function. A function is a self-contained program segment that carries out a specific well-defined task. It is a block of code containing several statements which gets executed to accomplish a particular task. They are invoked by different parts of the program. They reduce the size of the program and add modularity. Reference. A reference is an alternative name of a variable. That is, a reference is an alias for a variable in a program. A variable and its reference can be used interchangeably in a program as both refer to the same memory location. Hence, changes made to any one of them, say a variable, are reflected in the other on the reference. Pointer. A pointer is a variable that can store the memory address of another variable. Pointers allow to use the memory dynamically. That is, with the help of pointers, memory can be allocated or deallocated to the variable at runtime, thus making a program more efficient. User-defined data type. Various user-defined data types provided by C++ are structure, union, enumeration, and classes. Structure, union, and classes. Structure and union are the significant features of C language as we have already discussed. Structure and union provide a way to group similar or dissimilar data type referred to by a single name. A class acts as a template which defines the data and functions that are included in an object of a class. Classes are declared using the keyword class. Once a class has been declared, its object can be easily created. Enumeration. An enumeration is a set of named integer constants that specify all the permissible values that can be assigned to enumeration variable. These set of permissible values are known as enumerators. For example, consider this statement: enum, country, US, UN, India, China. In this statement, an enumeration data type country is a tag name consisting of enumerators US, UN, India, and China. They are assigned integer values starting from 0. C++ also allows creating a special type of enums known as anonymous enums, that is, enums without using tag name as shown in the statement. Enum US UN equal to 3, India China. In this, the value of US is 0, UN is 3, India is 4, China is 5. Typedef feature. C++ provides a typedef feature that allows to define new data type names for existing data type that may be built-in, derived, or user-defined data type. Once the new name has been defined, variables can be declared using this new name. For example, consider this declaration typedef int integer. In this declaration, a new name integer is given to the data type int. This new name now can be used to declare integer variables as shown here: integer I, j, k. Tokens. The smallest individual unit of a program is called a token. It is the fundamental building block of a program. There are 5 types of token: keywords, identifier, literals, operators, and punctuators. Keywords. The reserved words whose meaning is specified in the syntax of the language are called keywords. We can use them but can't change their meaning. Some of them are auto, if, else, for, while, template, goto, virtual, void, do, switch. Identifier. These are the names given to the parts of a program such as the functions, variables or classes. They must follow the following rules. It includes alphabets, digits or underscore. It must begin with an alphabet or underscore. It can be of any length. It does not contain any special character. It cannot have white spaces between them. They must be unique within their scope. Literals. The constant values given to the identifier are called literals. These can be numeric, integer or real or character. Operator. An operator is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform a specific mathematical or logical manipulation. C++ is rich in built-in operators and provide the following types of operations like arithmetic operator, relational operators, logical operator, bitwise operator, assignment operator, and some special type of operators. Now here is a arithmetic operator. So assuming variable a holds 10 and variable b holds 20, then the plus operator will add two operands, that is a plus b will give 30, minus subtract second operand from the first, that is a minus b will be minus 10, asterisk multiply both operands, that is a multiplied by b will give 200, divides the numerator by the denominator, that is b divided by a will give 2, modulo operator and gives the remainder of the integer division, that is b modulo a will give 0. Plus plus is an increment operator. It increases the integer value by 1, that is a plus plus will give 11. Minus minus is a decrement operator which decreases the integer value by 1, that is a minus minus will give 9. Relational operator. Relational operator assume again that a holds 10 and b holds 20, then double assignment operator will check if the values of the two operands are equal or not. If yes, then condition becomes true, that is a double equal to b is not true. Exclamation equal to checks if the values of the two operands are equal or not. If values are not equal, then the condition becomes the true. Greater than checks if the value of the left operand is greater than the value of the right operand. If yes, then the condition becomes true. Less than checks if the value of the left operand is less than the value of the right operand. If yes, then the condition becomes true. Greater than equal to checks if the value of the left operand is greater than or equal to the value of the right operand. If yes, then the condition becomes true. Less than equal to checks if the value of the left operand is less than or equal to the value of the right operand. If yes, then the condition becomes true. Logical operator. Again assume that a holds 10 and variable b holds 20. Then double ampersand called the logical AND operator. If both the operands are non-zero, then the condition becomes true. Then the pipe symbol called logical OR operator. If any of two operands is non-zero, then condition becomes true. Exclamation called the logical NOT operator, used to reverse the logical state of the operand. If a condition is true, then logical NOT operator will make it false. Assignment operator. It is a simple equal to operator. Which simple assignment operator? It assigns the values from the right hand side operand to the left hand side operand. For example, C equal to A plus B. Plus equal to, it add the add assignment operator. It adds the right operand to the left operand and assign the result to the left operand. Minus equal to subtract and assignment operator. It subtract the right operand from the left operand and assign the result to the left operand. Multiply equal to, that is multiply and assignment operator. It multiplies right operand with the left operand and assign the result to the left operand. Divide and assignment operator. It divides the left operand with the right operand and assign the result to the left operand. Modulus and assignment operator. It takes the modulus using two operands and assign the result to the left operand. Left shift and assignment operator and the right shift and assignment operator. Input-output operator. For input to the program, we use cin identifier followed by extraction operator. It is also called getFrom operator. It extracts or takes the value from the keyboard and assign it to the variable on the right hand side. Similarly, for output from the program, we use cout identifier followed by the insertion operator. It is also called put-to operator. It inserts or puts the value from the program variable and display it on the standard output device. These operators can be cascaded several times in a single statement. Compile time operator, that is sizeof. Sizeof is a unary compile time operator that returns the length of the variable or parenthesized type specifier that it precedes. It has the two forms: sizeof space var, where var is a declared variable, and sizeof bracket type, where type is a C++ data type. Comma operator. A comma operator is used to string together several expressions. This group is evaluated from left to right in sequence, and the result of the rightmost expression becomes the value of the total comma separated expression. For example, b equal to parenthesis a equal to 3 comma a plus 1. Here first a is assigned the value 3, then b assigned the value a plus 1, that is 4. Expression. These are the evaluation statements which are operated for some final value. It consists of one or more operations. It is a valid combination of variables, constant or operators. There are two types of expression in C++, L-value and R-value. L-value. The expression that refer to memory location is called the L-value expression, and L-value may appear as either the left hand or right hand side of the assignment. Example, the variables. R-value. The term R-value refers to a data value that is stored at some address in the memory. An R-value is an expression that cannot have a value assigned to it, which means an R-value may appear on the right side but not on the left side of the assignment. Example, a constant value 5. Now, for the questions for the today's session are: what is a variable and write its scope? What are user defined data type in C++? What are comments in C++? What is a token? And write about different types of operators in C++. Thanks for watching my video. In this video you have learned about the different data types, the C++ structure, variables, comments and so on. Now in the next lecture you will get to know about the different scope of these variables. Till then, take care and goodbye.